Zoleka, good morning.
Good morning, Iman. That's correct. We've heard testimony from the top cop in the country, General Fannie Masemola, who gave an update or details surrounding the decision or the directive that he received from the Minister of Police, that's Senzo Mchunu, regarding the disbandment of the political killings task team. Now, what we heard from the commissioners yesterday was around the legality of the decision of or the directive of the minister in issuing that directive, which raises several questions in law. Now, we do know, Iman, that in law, one cannot exercise a power that they do not possess. In fact, this was confirmed by the Constitutional Court as well. Now, this forces us to do or conduct a process of elimination, where we look at where the source of power might have arisen for the minister in relation to that directive that he issued for the disbandment of the political killings task team. Now, we've already discussed administrative action and how administrative action is a decision that has been taken by an organ of state that must be anchored on legislation. But on the other hand, Iman, we have executive action, which is action or decision that is taken based on policy and is exercised by an executive head. Now, it could be argued that when Mchunu was issuing this directive for the disbandment of the political killings task team, he was using his power in terms of executive action, which may be established in section 206 of the Constitution, which gives him the power to direct policy in relation to policing. But this is the issue that has been raised by some analysts, that the trickle-down effect or the domino effect of that has implications for the daily operations of the police force. Now, or the police service rather. And so that places us firmly within section 207 of the Constitution, which looks at the control and management of the police service, which trickles down to the functions of the National Police Commissioner. Now, you'll remember that when this was being ventilated before the Commission, there was an issue of policy and whether this decision by the Minister constitutes policy. We've spoken to an analyst who gave us this insight in relation to that, Iman.
You have a document called a white paper on the transformation of the public service. You have got the National Crime Prevention Strategy. You would have a document talking to the use of green energy. You will have a document talking about skills development. That's what we call policy. These are broad, overarching frameworks of what needs to be done, what the government sees as a priority, and all those kind of things. That is not the same thing as what we call micro policy, where you develop operational policies. The operational policies, in terms of the Constitution, will be that of the National Commissioner, because that is the person with the authority to control and manage the operations of the South African Police Service.
Now, Iman, because of that, it is argued that the decision by the minister was unconstitutional and could be declared invalid. But of course, those hearings are expected to kick off at 9:30 a.m., where the police commissioner will be ventilating further his defense in relation to his decision. Iman.